What's up, guys and gals? It is Dominic DeAngelo of Brass Ring Media, and it is the Daily Wrestling Hotline for Friday, May 23rd, 2025. I did not actually do a Daily Wrestling Hotline yesterday. My plate was very full all day yesterday. I did daily, not Rumor and Innuendo, which is my daily wrestling show with Robert Karpolis on ad free shows. Check it out. 30 minutes, we cover the news. Uh, then, right after that, not too long after that, actually, I had the Tony Khan media conference call, and my plan was to do a daily hotline regarding that, my reaction to that, and everything that Tony had to say, any comments that were newsworthy, things like that. Uh, so that was my plan. And then right after that, I recorded with Magnum TA and Greg Gagne, Straight Talk with the Boss, the first episode we've done in a couple weeks all together. So it was nice to get back together with those guys. And then after that, I had Click This. I sat in on Click This, helping out with the team and stuff like that over there with Kevin Nash and Sean Oliver. So I did that. And then after that, I did a live, one of a kind with RVD, him and Tommy Dreamer and Katie Forbes all together, sharing more stories about Sabu. So fun. We went 2.5 hours. So be sure to check that out when that goes live. It is streaming live right now on rvdtv.com, but I will probably take it down because I want to save that for the podcast episode itself. But you guys can check it out while it's still up there if you hear this in the nick of time, which you probably won't. All right. So now that I got some housekeeping out of the way, my initial plan was to talk about the Tony Khan conference call, but really, to be honest, not a whole lot happened. Wasn't really too crazy. I asked him about Sabu and what he meant to him, what he meant, and if the stretcher match that they're having this weekend at Double or Nothing is an homage to Sabu and the first match that Tony Khan ever attended in ECW Arena. The only one he's attended at ECW Arena, I believe, was the stretcher match between RVD and Sabu. He said that he did end up, he actually had this match kind of planned before the passing of Sabu, but he certainly was inspired by it. And he shared his thoughts about attending that with his dad, and cool story. But other than that, it was nothing too crazy really stemming from this. But what is pretty crazy is this WrestleMania news. Holy smokes. Never in the existence of WrestleMania, at least in this prime era of pro wrestling that where the media is all over the place covering stuff like this, have we had a WrestleMania move locations after it was announced officially. Months ago, The Rock announced that WrestleMania would be next year. WrestleMania 42 would be taking place in New Orleans. And I tell you what, New Orleans is a fantastic town for WrestleMania. That was the best WrestleMania I've ever been to be honest. And not from a card standpoint, from the experience strictly. I'm speaking strictly from experience. Me, Marcus, my degenerate brother Marcus, and a couple friends all went to New Orleans for WrestleMania. We drove down from Pittsburgh and spent the week there. It was fantastic. People watching on Bourbon Street when it's swarming with wrestling fans, an experience like you'll never, ever see anywhere else. It was insane. Just that was my favorite part is people watching the wrestling fans from a balcony on Bourbon Street while I drank. It was fantastic. So, and then everything is walkable. That's the other nice thing about having WrestleMania in New Orleans is like you can go anywhere. You got to be careful at certain aspects, I guess. I didn't run into any issues, but you do have to. You can walk wherever that. Like they had all the independent shows just in the area, in the vicinity, within walking distance. It was fantastic. I'm sure there was some other stuff that maybe was outside of that realm, but man, I felt like I was in the thick of the action because I was. The Mercedes-Benz Superdome, I think it was the Smoothie King. No, it wasn't. I don't. Anyways, it was there and very walkable to that as well. So it's kind of a bummer. It's not in New Orleans, but I understand, especially if they're going back to Las Vegas. Now, people will be like, why? Why? And I've been hearing this like Vegas is awful. It's too expensive. It's all this stuff. And yes, it is very expensive. It is very expensive. But if you're looking at it from WWE's standpoint, if you made a lot of money, which it sounds like they did, why would they be doing it? Why would they be pulling out of New Orleans if they maybe weren't doing something with Vegas and they didn't make money? Then you have to I think you gotta pull the trigger if you're WWE. I mean, it kind of stinks for New Orleans. I think they're getting Money in the Bank 2026, if I'm not mistaken. But they are. I, I think if the move is going back to Vegas, I completely understand it because Vegas is a hub. It is its own experience, and it's always been that way. But even more so now in the mainstream eye. Like UFC has its shows. Obviously, boxing is there. So many acts, musical acts, and talents go there to perform at the Sphere. And they had F1 Formula One racing. They might be getting a baseball team, likely getting a baseball team, likely getting a basketball team. I have a hockey team that the fan base is very, very passionate about. It is a hub, and there is plenty of good reason to go back to Las Vegas. So let me see here. Um, this is just an aggregate from Sports Illustrated Chino. Um, News first broke Thursday afternoon that New Orleans would no longer be the host city next April. And the last reporting on the matter says that WWE is attempting to finalize a deal that would see Allegiant Stadium host WrestleMania 42 on the weekend of April 18th, 2026. Now, what does this mean exactly? If they go back to Vegas, I'm of the mindset that this is going to be a regular thing. WrestleMania might always hail from Las Vegas, and then all their other PLE events will be in different cities, rotating. And WWE is making a concerted effort to making all of these kind of feel like a big deal. Like even Money in the Bank, which is like, I guess you could kind of bump Survivor Series now as it being maybe one of the big four. It kind of feels that way, right? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but like you prop up Money in the Bank and make it feel like a big deal. And hey, you got to go to this city to experience all of Money in the Bank. You know, it's an effort put in it. Now, will it be successful? Who knows? I mean, the aspect that really I don't like is, hey, it's expensive, and I'm not saying Vegas. I'm not really referencing Vegas. Of course, Vegas is expensive. I'm referencing these tickets and playing to your fan base. They are like WWE. They might be making the money, and if they are, I mean, I guess keep on doing it. But I mean, like you're really washing out a good sense of your fan base by making your tickets so expensive. And maybe they'll have that trickle down effect where, man, I can't even go see these people live without spending like half my mortgage on this. So why should I be watching this? I don't feel as connected as I once did. That could be the risk they're running when they do these high ticket prices. But I mean, if I'm looking at it from a marketing standpoint and they're making money and they're crewing this, I mean, I really can't fault WWE for being like, yeah, we're going back to Vegas because that is a hub. We made money there. It just seems like the best for business. So there are my thoughts on that. Double or Nothing is this weekend. Since I didn't do a hotline yesterday because I was so booked up, I will do a hotline on Saturday, and I'll preview Double or Nothing. I think will just be my goal. So, but thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Brass Ring Media. I'm gonna talk about getting a vanity link so it's easier to access and see a lot more on the algorithm, hopefully. But like, share, subscribe, help out us with the algorithm and get the word out about it. Zach and Tyler Sage, they went live yesterday to preview AEW Double or Nothing and gave a full, like, I think it was like an hour and a half. So they do some quality work. That is up right now. And yes, enjoy your Friday. You'll see me tomorrow here on the Daily Wrestling Hotline. Call 1-900-909-9900.